And shalom. Welcome to Cover with Jeremy Pyers. So today is going to be the reading of Acts chapter 6 and part 4 of my series. And yeah, it's pretty soft music, Wendy. Anyway, welcome everybody in chat. Welcome. Here, can you plug that in, Cameron?
Okay, that was... No, but...
And close the door, please.
Alright,
Sorry. Blow the horn, the shofar. We'll blow it in a minute. I work so hard, my back aches. Yah hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Hey, shalom, Anthony.
And
welcome.
you wonder who that is talking. It is Callan.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
And Callan did
Oh,
too.
of course. And my internet starts going bad.
I got a haircut too.
Yeah, Callan got a haircut.
And
But figures, as soon as I start
Please
going live,
sign
my internet
here
starts messing up
and
on me.
here. Please sign here. Let me sign it for you.
My assistant. Anyways, so
There you go. All signed. Okay, let's erase that.
hold on just a sec.
I got a baseball writer right here. Ooh, I want to blow the shofar. I want to blow.
We'll give it a blow. No, that's not how you do it, remember? You put your mouth over it. Hold on. You did better.
Let me try.
Okay, one more try. Almost. Okay. Okay, Don, stop. He tried. Well, I gotta read, buddy. Looking sharp, thank you. Who, me or Callan?
Wait, I remember. Let's try it.
One more time. You gotta put your lips together. Anyways. It's okay, we'll practice some more later. Yeah, kids are amazing. He's upset that he can't blow it right now. He was doing good earlier. I think it's just the camera. Anyway, welcome everybody, welcome. Alright, so we're going to be reading Book of Acts, and this is going to be chapter 6, and we're going to be reading from, here, let me switch the screen. Oh man, hold on, come on. Hold on, give me just a sec. Why is it so... Man. Hold on just a moment. Got to fix this. I don't know why it changed. Shouldn't have changed on this. But it did. Got to fix this. Apologies. It's because I changed it for another video. And then bam. I forgot to change it back. My apologies. Okay. I hope that's clear enough for everybody and you can read it. Oh, see? Their daughter liked your shofar blowing. Alright, let's begin. Apologies for all the delays. Alright. So Acts chapter 6, as read from the ISR 1998, the scriptures 98. And in those days, when the taught ones were increasing, there arose a grumbling against the Hebrews by the Hellenists, because their widows were overlooked in the daily serving. So the Hellenistic Jews, I'm sure you all know who they are. But it's because their widows were overlooked in the daily serving. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure, we're supposed to be taking care of widows and orphans. And perhaps they thought their widows were being overlooked in that way. I'm not sure. So the 12 summoned the group of the taught ones and said, "Is it not pleasing for us to leave the word of Elohim and serve tables? Therefore, brothers, seek out from among you 7 men who are known to be filled with the set-apart spirit and wisdom, who we shall appoint for this duty." So they were taking these people's complaints into consideration, and they were going to appoint 7 people to help out these widows. But we shall give ourselves continually to prayer and to serving the word. So which word? It wasn't the the Brit Hadashah. It was not written yet, or the New Testament. It wasn't written yet. The word is the Torah and the books of the prophets, the Old Testament, even though it's not old at all. It's all one book. And the word pleased the entire group. And they chose Stephanos, a man filled with belief and the set-apart spirit, and Philip, and Prochorus, and Nicanor, and Timon, and Parmenius, and Nicolaos, a convert from Antioch, whom they set before the emissaries. And when they had prayed, they laid hands on them. And the word of Elohim spread, and the number of taught ones increased greatly in Jerusalem. And a great many of priests were obedient to the belief. Please stop, I'm reading. Okay. And Stephanos, filled with belief and power, did great wonders and signs among the people. But some of those so-called congregation of the freedmen, Syrians, Alexandrians, and those from Cilicia and Asia, rose up, disputing with Stephanos. But they were unable to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spoke. It's funny, this is what happens in modern times, especially with social media. You always got these so-called congregations that rise up and dispute with truth. They'll dispute you if your watch is 5 minutes faster. It's really disgusting, honestly. And this is exactly what happens too. They're unable to resist the wisdom of the Spirit. They won't answer questions. They'll build a straw man argument. They'll make you look like the bad guy. Avoid answering questions. All that. Just the same exact thing happened, just in a different way. It just means you're on the right path. They instigated men to say, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moshe and Elohim." See, false witnesses. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes. So they came upon him, seized him, and brought him to the council. False witnesses are everywhere. Havrim. Be careful. And they set up false witnesses who said, "This man does not cease to speak blasphemous words against the set-apart place in the Torah." Oh, well, gee, if the Torah was done away with, why would they be making a big deal if he was speaking against the Torah? Think about that, churchianity. Or when you only use Galatians, no other spot in scriptures anywhere to say the law is done away with when you take it way out of context. It's because the Torah, the law, has never been done away with. The only change was the priesthood, with Messiah as our king and high priest under the Melchizedek order of priests. That's how it is. That's what's written. I made a very lengthy and detailed video about the whole change. It's on my channel. Many scriptures. Anyway, they wouldn't be making a huge deal saying that he's talking about doing speaking against the Torah if it was done away with. So, let me continue. For we have heard him saying this, excuse me, this Yahusha of Nazareth shall overthrow this place and change the institutes which Moshe delivered unto us. Change meaning the priesthood. He became high priest and king. That's the change. They understood this back then. Churchianity today does not understand this. And that's the whole thing. The thing is, Christianity throws out the law. Judaism throws out Messiah. And when you think about it, they're throwing out the same thing. Messiah is the living word. He is the living Torah. And all who sat in council, looking steadily at him, saw his face was like the face of a heavenly messenger. And see, he was so filled with the Ruach that he started to glow. And the high priest said, "Is this so?" And he replied, and this is Acts chapter 7 now. And he replied, "Men, brothers, and fathers, listen. The Elohim of esteem appeared to our father Abraham when he was in Aram Naharim, before he dwelt in Haran, and said to him, Come out of your land and from your relatives, and come here into a land that I shall show you. Then he came out of the land of Chaldeans and dwelt in Haran. And from there, after the death of his father, he removed him to this land in which you now dwell. And he gave him no inheritance in it, not a foot of it. But he promised to give it to him for a possession, and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child. And Elohim spoke in this way, that his seed would be sojourning in a foreign land, and that they would be enslaved and mistreated for 400 years. And the nation whom they shall be enslaved, I shall judge, said Elohim. And after that they shall come out of her and serve me in this place. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so he brought forth Yitzhak, and circumcised him on the 8th day. And Yitzhak brought forth Yaakov, and Yaakov brought forth the 12 ancestors, the 12 patriarchs, which also the testimony of the 12 patriarchs is 100% legit and scriptural, and does nothing but talk about Messiah, which I have read on my channel as well. It was some of my first readings on my channel. The Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. And the ancestors, becoming jealous, sold Joseph into Mitzrayim, or Egypt. But Elohim was with him, and delivered him out of all his afflictions, and gave him favor and wisdom before Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim. And he appointed him governor over Mitzrayim and all his house. Then a scarcity of food and great distress came over all the land of Mitzrayim, and Canaan and our fathers found no food. But Jacob heard that there was grain in Mitzrayim, and he sent out our fathers the first time. And at the second time Joseph was made known to his brothers, and Joseph's race became known to Pharaoh. And Joseph sent and called his father Jacob, and all his relatives to him, 75 people. And Jacob went down to Mitzrayim, and died, and he and our fathers, and they were brought over to Shechem, and laid in the tomb that Abraham bought for a price of silver from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem. But as the time of the promise drew near, which Elohim had sworn to Abraham, the people increased and multiplied in Mitzrayim, until another sovereign arose, who did not know Joseph, having dealt treacherously with our race. This one mistreated our fathers, making them expose their babies, so that they should not live. At that time Moshe was born, and he was well-pleasing to Elohim. And he was reared 3 months in the house of his father. But when he was exposed, the daughter of Pharaoh took him up, and reared him as her own son. And Moshe was instructed in all the wisdom of the Mitzrayites, and was mighty in the words and works. And when he was 40 years old, it came to his heart to visit his brothers, the children of Israel. And seeing one of them being wrong, he defended and revenged him who was oppressed, smiting the Mitzrayite. And he thought that his brothers would have understood that Elohim would give deliverance to them by his hand, but they did not understand. And the next day he appeared to 2 of them as they were fighting, and urged them to peace, saying, Men, you are brothers. Why do you wrong one another? But he who was wronging his neighbor pushed him away, saying, Who made you a ruler and judge over us? Do you wish to kill me as you killed the Mitzrayite yesterday? And at this saying, Moshe fled and became a sojourner in the land of Midian, where he fathered 2 sons. And after 40 years were completed, a messenger of Yahweh appeared to him in a flame of fire in a bush in the wilderness of Mount Sinai. And Moshe, seeing it, marveled at the sight, and coming near to look, the voice of Yahweh came to him, saying, I am the Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, and the Elohim of Yitzhak, and the Elohim of Jacob. And Moshe trembled, and did not have the courage to look. But Yahweh said to him,
take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is set apart ground. I have certainly seen the evil treatment of my people who are in Mitzrayim, and I have heard their groaning and have come down to deliver them. And now come, let me send you to Mitzrayim. This Moshe, whom they had refused, saying, Who made you a ruler and a judge? This one Elohim sent to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the messenger who appeared to him in the bush. This one led them out, after he had done wonders and signs in the lands of Mitzrayim, and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness for 40 years. This is the Moshe who said to the children of Yisrael, Yahweh your Elohim shall raise up for you a prophet like me from your brothers. Him you shall hear. And that's talking about Messiah. This is he who was in the assembly in the wilderness, with a messenger, who spoke to him on Mount Sinai, and with our fathers, who receiving the living words, give to us, unto whom our fathers would not become obedient, but thrust away in their hearts, they turned back to Mitzrayim. Pretty interesting. It says how the one in the burning bush is going to be the prophet that you shall hear. I do agree, not every time it says an angel of Yah, not every time it says that, that's not Messiah. But when it says his word, I believe that is Messiah. And this specifically says this is he who is in the assembly. Wow. Anyway, let me continue. Saying to Aaron, Make us mighty ones to go before us. For this Moshe who led us out of the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what has become of him. And they made a calf in those days, and brought an offering to the idol, and were rejoicing in the works of their own hands. So Elohim turned and gave them up to worship to the host of heaven, as it has been written in the book of the prophets. Did you bring slaughtered beasts and offerings unto me during 40 years in the wilderness, O house of Israel? And you took up the tent of Molech, and the star of your mighty one, Kiyun, or Remphan. Guess what? That's the star they use in the land of Israel today. The star of Remphan, or Kiyun. Images which you made to bow before them. Therefore I shall remove you beyond Babel. And that's exactly what has happened. They bow down to that star and they worship that star. Oh, it's the Star of David. No, it's not. David never had a star. David didn't have a symbol. David wasn't worshipped. And they've been removed beyond Babel. So far beyond it that that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother rabbit trail. Let me check chat here for a moment, guys. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Just checking chat real quick. I've been reading a lot. Saw my daughter today, but she didn't even act like I existed. Oh, I'm sorry, Brother Anthony, that sucks. I pray for you. Please. Really, Callan? Please stop. Thank you. Let's see. It's probably for the best. Yeah, I pray for you, brother. avoid arguing a point anymore. If people come to me, I'll answer. Exactly, Andrea. That's pretty much how I've gotten. People will judge you and they won't even know your name on social media. I've had to block so many people just in the last, even today, because I shared my usuals, showing over 240 scriptures proving the biblical cosmology, and not even 5 seconds after I share it, I get, oh, those are taken out of context. Oh, did you really go over every single one of those in 5 seconds? I don't think so. Tell me one that was out of context. And instead of answering that question or showing which ones were taken out of context, because there weren't any, I was accused and judged and this and that. And I'm just like, wow, this is insane. Like, people, do they even realize what they're doing? Like, you'll tell them what they're doing, and they laugh. It's whatever. Yeah, even Galatians upholds the Torah. Exactly. I'm a late bloomer, Wendy. Yeah. Nah, you're good, Wendy. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any questions. I love Jeff, but he really don't get it, I think. Are you still talking? Hold on. Yeah, most back down when they know they're wrong, A, or B, too stuck in their ways and not willing to budge. Exactly, in their pride. I read a translation that said they worship the host of heaven also. Agree, all those evil gods are still being worshipped today. They are, 100%. We live in a Babylonian Egypt. There's a huge Molech statue in Bohemian Groves. Yeah, exactly. And that's also where they do sacrifices and all that. The elitists. Yeah, they're putting them up everywhere. Yeah, they are. Owls. Yep, owls. They're all over the place. All these signs and symbols. Yep, Kabbalah tree on the paper towels. Yeah, it's crazy. They just don't want to get it, Jeremy. It changes their entire paradigm when they see people call it cosmology and they're scared to death of it. Yes, exactly, Anthony. They've been programmed their whole life to think the Earth is some cannonball flying in all directions through a vacuum while chasing the sun that's also flying in all directions. Like, all the equations equal 666, all the dates equal 666, everything 666 or 33, like, for real. and it does change your life for the better, Andrea. Exactly. This is what I found. Once you realize biblical cosmology is legit and they've been lying to us about it, that's when you realize everything is connected and everything is one gigantic deception. It's so massive that the general public will just say, oh, that's too big, there's no way possible that could be pulled off. And that's exactly what Satan wants. And that's what the masses think. The thing is, it's not impossible, and that's exactly what they're doing. Right? Most people don't even know the maths, the dimensions, or anything behind the cannonball, but they believe it blindly and are willing to fight and argue and like hate you because of it. Not even wanting to listen and whatever. I'm going off on a tangent. But yes, our history is a lie. What they teach us is a lie. Our politics are a lie. Our lives are a lie. Space is a lie. It's all a lie. The only truth is written down in the Bible. And it's insane. Yeah, they underestimate the enemy, absolutely. They underestimate the fact that it says Satan will deceive the entire earth. They think they're immune to that deception, apparently. Yeah, modern pseudoscience is what I call it, is there to disprove Yah's existence. Exactly. They cast out a bunch of unprovable, untestable theories that are only equations that you cannot reconstruct or test at all, and cast them off as absolute and truth. And it's just garbage. Like, while the theories you can test and prove are just, that's not peer reviewed. Like, give me a break. Peer reviewed is from Jesuit controlled Zionist trash. Never mind. Never mind. They might cut this video off if I start going off too much. Anyway, let me get back to reading here. Hold on. We'll just finish this chapter up. The tent of the witnesses was without... Goodness. The tent of witnesses was with our fathers in the wilderness, as he appointed, instructing Moshe to make it according to the pattern that he had seen, which our fathers, having received it in turn, also brought with Yehoshua into the land possessed by the Gentiles, who Elohim drove out before the face of our fathers until the days of David. So see, this just confirms Moses just copied what he was shown in heaven. The tabernacle and all that. It's just a recreation of what was in heaven. And that the dome round tabernacle thing, it makes so much sense. I don't know if you guys have seen all that, but it makes so much sense. Please cover your mouth when you cough.
I was. Where's my drink? Where's my drink?
And who drove out before the face of our fathers till the days of David, who found favor before Elohim, and asked to find a dwelling before the Elohim of Jacob. But Shlomo, Solomon, built him a house. It's funny how it's Shlomo. I just laugh at that name. It's Solomon. However, I don't know why it's so funny. Slow-mo. That's what it reminds me of. Like, he's just slow-mo. Moving in slow motion. Forgive me. However, the Most High does not dwell in dwellings made with hands. As the prophet says, "The heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool." How's the earth his footstool if he's like 10 gazillion, trillion, quadrillion, bedruzzle miles away? Light years away, whatever. Nope. The earth is his footstool. How far away is your footstool from you when you use it? Not that far.
37. Mine's 37. Mine's 37.
Yep. Okay, Callan. "What house shall you build for me, says Yahweh, or what is the place of my rest? Has my hand not made all these? You stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, you always resist the set-apart spirit, as your fathers did. You also do. Which of the prophets did your fathers not persecute? And they killed those who before announced the coming of the righteous one, on whom you now have become the betrayers and murderers, who receive..." Go get a drink, baby.
I already have that.
Excuse me. Sorry, kid drop problems. Who received the Torah as it was ordained by messengers, but did not watch over it. And hearing this, they were cut to the hearts and gnashed teeth at him. See what? So the Torah is the whole spotlight of this conversation. Yet churchianity seems to think it's done away with. Like, he's lifting up the Torah here and showing these Pharisees how they're adding to it and not actually following it. Oh no, it's done away with. You know, just like, you know, when the speed limit's 55 and you go 55, that's abolished once you fulfill it, right? Yeah, it makes logical sense. Ugh. And then they want to fight and argue and say you're the one twisting scriptures out of context when they are. I can't with them. Like, I don't know how Sean from Kingdom in Context does it. Like, those people, they won't let you answer a question. Please, if you're gonna cough, go out there. They won't even let you answer a question without, like, calling you names and saying this and that. But anyway, let me continue. And hearing this, they were cut to the hearts and gnashed teeth at him. But he, being filled with the set-apart spirit, looked steadily into heaven and saw the esteem of Elohim, and Yahusha standing at the right hand of Elohim. So wait, if he saw Elohim and Yahusha, the Son, standing at the right hand of him, how is that possible if they're the same? Whoa! See, Trinity garbage. Doesn't make sense. Get it out of here. So many verses prove the Trinity garbage trash theory wrong. This is a prime one right here. He wouldn't be standing next to himself, praying to himself, asking himself, please take this cup from me. Not my will, but yours, Father. Like, what? How would that make sense? Anyways, I know I say that every time, but Trinity is a garbage doctrine. It's so garbage. And he said, look, I see the heavens open, and the son of Adam standing at the right hand of Elohim. Oh, he had to repeat it again. Standing at the right hand of him. Oh, is he standing next to himself? No. As I explained before, Messiah is separate, but one with him. As your right hand is part of you, but it's separate. It doesn't make who you are. But it's controlled by you. Like, it does what you, only your will. Like, your right hand doesn't go off and do its own thing. Like, it's just like that in a greater sense. And Messiah had to come to reestablish the covenant because Yahweh issued a divorce. So Messiah has to be the husband under Yah in order to be the door for us to be accepted back into that covenant. That's the whole thing. If he sent himself, he would be going against his own Torah. Trinity is trash in so many ways. Trash Trinity. When you think of Trinity, think of trash, because that's what it is. And crying with a loud voice, they stopped their ears and rushed upon him with one mind, and threw him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their garments at the feet of a young man named Shaul. And they were stoning Stephanos as he was calling and saying, Master Yahusha, receive my spirit. And kneeling down, he cried out with a loud voice, do not hold this sin against them. And having said this, he fell asleep. Wow. pretty powerful right there. So they took him out of the city and stoned him to death for telling them the truth. And guess who was there? Shaul, Paul. And even when Stephanos was being stoned to death, he called upon Yahusha to receive his spirit, and he asked Yah not to hold the sin against them, as he fell asleep in death. I mean, that's harsh. It's harsh, but man. All right. Checking the chat here. No, me and Sean didn't part ways. Not at all. Let's see, trying to find some questions. Alright, here's where I was before. They underestimate the enemy. We should know our enemy, so we see the weapons he tries to use against us. Precisely, Anthony. And that's what I say. Too many people are, oh, you looking at that stuff too much. We're supposed to focus on scriptures. But, like, I don't? Know your enemy. It's a tactic of warfare. We're at war with the enemy. War is not a light statement. And these lukewarm Christians seem to think all we gotta do is sit back and then get our heads chopped off. Don't even fight back. No. You fight back. You take a few of them down with you. It's 100% biblical to defend yourself against an enemy who is at war with you and trying to kill you. The church keeps people on milk. Yeah, that's another reason it's just not right. And continuing the lie. Yeah, all they do is feed milkshakes and top it with rainbows and sprinkles. Lying and deceiving. And then all the masses, they love it because they don't got to do nothing. They don't got to follow a law. All they got to do is just believe. And then they're always saved. Sorry. Mainstream church is part of the enemy. Exactly. The church was infiltrated by Masons, 100%. 501c3. Exactly, Wendy. 501c3 means you're government controlled and operated. Catholic regime, yes. The beast nation itself. The papacy, here, yeah, Wendy, yes. So thanks for reminding me as well. So, yeah. Gonna have a special guest sometime this week. Sister Wendy. Sister Wendy. And we're gonna discuss her dreams and a lot of stuff she's found on it. But I'll be putting it together for her, and yes, exactly. It'll be fun. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Sean has the patience of a saint. Please move. I could never deal with what he does. I know, right, Wendy? Sean and... No, yeah, again. Sorry, I know I answered it. No, we didn't part ways. I don't know why you would think that. Good point. If we are doing 100 and a 55, we're abiding by the law at some point. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, if you fulfill the speed limit by going the speed limit is not done away with just because you fulfilled it. It's still there. Not my will, but my will be done. Yeah, I know, Trinitarian talk. Please stop getting in my way, Tom.
I'm trying to show them my invention.
Okay, that's not where the camera's not over here. Sorry. I can't wait to meet Sean next weekend. I gotta try and get an interview. You should, Anthony. That'd be awesome. The prodigal son. Unless he was a schizophrenic. Yeah. Yeah, I doubt he was. I'm actually a little nervous. Don't be nervous, brother. And I think the Trinity, I think of the one that cracked the IRST base. Yeah.
Hi, Yahoo friends.
Funny, I always said I believed in the Trinity in the past,
How you
but I
doing,
really
Yahoo
didn't
friends?
because it makes no sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. And the people that try to make sense of it and then show others that it makes sense, it still makes no sense. And then you tell them that and show them all these scriptures and they don't listen. I'm like, all right, believe what you like. I showed you, I did my part. You know, you don't want to test everything like we're commanded to. That's on you. Like, you want to go follow a bunch of men, go right ahead. I told you not to.
How about we get dancing?
I tried wrapping my head around it. I couldn't. No, you can't wrap your head around it because it makes no sense. Yahweh is not the author of confusion, and Trinity is just confusion. Did Hasatan, the evil one, ever sin himself? Yeah, he's the original sinner, brother. He's the father of the lie and deception. Hey, Shalom Kendall, welcome. Yeah, he's the father of the lie. He lies, he cheats, he deceives. He turns people from Yah. He turns people from his law. Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll talk about your dream, Wendy. Don't worry. We'll get it all together. I didn't want to put you on the spot. But I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. And a lot of information and pretty mind-blowing information, honestly.
If you don't want to dance, that's okay.
I need to hear more about your dream, Wendy. Oh yes, Kendall. She's gonna be my guest, and we're gonna talk a lot about it. I see many things at night, not dreams, but I have no idea what they mean. I wish I was an interpreter of dreams, but I'm just a warrior. I call out the false doctrines, false teachers, vipers. I don't know how to interpret dreams, unfortunately. I wish I could, and I wish I knew somebody that did, like legitly, without a deceiving spirit.
You can change the dance any time you want.
What sin did he commit, though? He didn't actually lie. He just made the truth seem like a lie. Yeah, deception, brother.
And if you sing
Deceit.
with me, this song is about it.
He was dishonest.
Love Yahweh.
Wendy is a prophetess.
Love Yahweh.
The article that got deleted? What? No way. I was just looking at it, like literally. Hold on, let me see. No, it's still here, Kendall.
The dance is over.
It's right. I'm still. Maybe it's something with your email. That article's still there. I'm actually going to be reading it as well. I can interpret other people's dreams, but never my own. Oh, wow, that's awesome, Andrea. Thought I was going to need an interpreter. But yeah, exactly.
Here's another song.
Yeah, Anthony. So like deceit is the same as like lying, basically. Deceive is a lie. Like he's the father of the lie. He's the original liar. That's what's written. And to deceit, like did Yah really say that? Like he's being deceitful and tricking you with a lie, with his manipulative words, making you question Yah. Or he made them question Yah. Well, yeah, he makes everybody question Yah. But yeah, and then he deceived not only Adam and Eve, but he also entered into a serpent, deceiving the serpent and convincing him to deceive as well. Which all serpents got cursed because of it, and like that's why they crawl on their bellies.
Everyone, make sure you dance for Yahuwah.
Yeah. He was abolished from heaven after he wanted to be Yah. Exactly. He wanted to be just like Yah.
Dance for Yahuwah.
It was pride,
everyone.
self-righteousness, and that got him in trouble. Yep.
Dance for Yahuwah, everyone. Okay, now let's do
And
some
yeah, Wendy
yoga.
Wendy is on my Facebook friends.
Let's do some yoga now.
That's why Satanism is centered around self-righteousness and being self-centered. It is completely opposite and against the teachings of Yah. Exactly.
Get that exercise. Let's exercise.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Robert. Like, so in the book, I don't take the book of Adam and Eve as scripture. It's a good storybook, but it does make out some points that are kind of mentioned in other writings, like that how Satan was told to bow down to Adam, like not to worship him, but just to bow down, like because he was putting Adam over him.
Wait.
Stop. So he was jealous of that and he refused. And he brought a bunch of other angels with him when he rebelled as well, refusing to bow and obey Yah. And he didn't want to submit to Adam, or because he was made before Adam, so he was thinking, well, I'm better. He also wanted to be just like Yah himself. I don't know how true that whole story is, but I think it has some legitimacy, honestly. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, everybody. That's why we're called the body. Not one of us has all the answers. We need each other. That's how we learn and grow together as a body. Like, we're all on different lengths of the same path. So someone could know something that you don't know, or they know something I don't know, or they found something that you haven't found, and like all that. And that's how we grow and learn together. Because we're all students. I'm no teacher at all. I'm only a warrior, and I spread his word, and that's what I do. I fight against the principalities. I'm a Nazarene, which means branch of Messiah, and I follow the way. Messiah is the way, the door. Yeah, it was funny. The person I was being judged by, who couldn't even tell me what my name was, even though it's on my profile right below cover to cover, I have my name there. Shows you how much they read. But they were calling me, saying, "Oh, I'm going to be judged in this for spreading his false word," when I shared nothing but scripture, scriptures, ask questions that she couldn't answer, and it was just, she was judging me. She didn't know my name. I asked her, what do you even know my name? What is my name? Oh, well, we all get new names in heaven. Okay, that's not what I asked. Anyway, she acted like she was the commander of the Council of Heaven, casting judgment not only on me, but on another brother who jumped in the conversation as well. I was like, nah, dude, you're getting blocked. You're getting blocked, sister. All over because the scriptures I posted about that describe a flat earth were taken out of context. I was like, oh, really? Which one? The one that says the firmament shows his handiwork? Or how about the one where the earth was created before the sun, moon, and stars? How about that one? Where, you know, the earth is stamped out like clay on a seal. Oh, wow. Yeah. Taken way out of context. Anyway.
Pray to Yahweh, everyone.
Absolutely.
And give this video a thumbs up.
Yes.
And somehow there's
Yeah, it was on Facebook, brother.
07,
It was on. She commented on a couple of my posts, and it was all judgment and accusations.
7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock, everybody.
No, it's 7:30.
Oh, 7:30. Thanks, Stinky.
Okay. Remember what I said about when I'm talking and stuff, doing the video? Yeah, the earth is fixed and not moved. The sun stood still, even went back 3 degrees. Like all those. Oh yeah, way out of context. No way those describe a flat earth. What a joke, dude. Like people, I swear. There are many, many who will act like they're believers. And they'll recite these scriptures and this and that, and they'll twist them way out of context, and then act like you're the bad guy. Those are the ones to stay away from. And then when you warn them and say, hey, you know, why are you making these accusations? You know, you're gonna be judged the same you judge others, and they just laugh at your comment. Like, yeah. Those are the ones to watch out for. Block them and get rid of them. And she even threatened to expose me for who I am. I was like, you don't even know who I am. So how are you going to expose me? Expose me for what? Sharing the truth? Like, go right ahead. Expose me for anything you can think of. And then it was the, oh, we're so tough on Facebook, but in real life we're wimps. That was basically her comment she said to me. And I was like, I dare you to come to my house, and I'll show you how much of a wimp I am. Anyway. I don't have a channel reading and going over nothing but scriptures for no reason at all. Like, she probably didn't even know I had a channel. She didn't even know my name, so I doubt she knew I had a channel. Even though I share my channel every day on Facebook. Hardly anyone sees it. It's weird. Yeah, Joshua 10:12-14. Exactly. Dude, there's so many in just the canon alone. You don't even need the extra biblical books or Enoch. Just the canon alone. That's why I made that meme. It took me like a couple weeks to make that meme, actually, trying to go over and find them all. And please, if anybody else can add to those, the more the merrier. Like, people that have eyes to see and hear and ears to hear will know good fruit. Exactly. And that's the thing, is I can feel it when someone's being deceptive or, you know, just trolling you or whatever, just the work of Satan. I could feel it like right off the bat. I don't know why. It's just the way they comment or whatever. I don't know. Get a heliocentrist to explain that one. They will almost always change what scripture actually says. Oh, I know. They try to change his word, and then I'm like, so you're gonna go with what Freemasons think and not what Yahweh thinks? I mean, that's on you. That ain't on me. I always say, if all that is smile, or if all that is simile and metaphor, then why are they used elsewhere in Scripture? Yeah, I know. In the exact same way, in the exact same context. It's all similes and metaphors. Oh, is it? Oh, that's why there's historical documentation and historical sites and historical archaeology that prove scriptures. Because it was all fairy tales, yeah. There's more historical evidence that that the Bible is real than there is any evidence that space is real. 100%. There is no evidence of space. Not one. It's all cartoons. And ones and zeros. Actually, I should say sixes and threes. And then you show them this and they still. And the one that gets even astrophysicists. How do you have a pressurized atmosphere sitting next to a vacuum with no barrier at all? It is physically impossible, cannot be demonstrated, cannot be proven, cannot be tested, and cannot be repeated. Yet that's what they claim. But you got these Facebook degree graduates saying, oh, it's gravity. It's gravity. Oh, so is helium gravity proof? Oh, so the gases that are supposedly sitting up next to the vacuum that are going against the gravity, which is why they're up there in the first place, those aren't just being sucked away? Like, it's garbage and nonsense. The rocket engine design, you can't have... It would not work in a vacuum. Any gas that you would shoot into that little cone would just be sucked right out before it could ignite. If you can even ignite it in a vacuum. Things don't ignite in vacuums. It's been proven and tested. Anyway. I found evidence of space between the baller's ears. Yeah. That's definitely empty space. Please. Danny Falker knows more than anyone. What a joke, yeah. I asked one of my co-workers that if I could show him in Scripture that the Sabbath is the seventh day, would he still believe his preacher about it being the first day? He said he would believe his preacher. That's the whole problem too, is they'll believe their preacher or pastor or whoever decides to lead their congregation. They put them above scriptures. And it's ridiculous. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Like, you tell them something, oh, let me call my pastor? Like, really? You have common sense. Yahweh gave us common sense. He didn't say, oh, well, you know, you're going to need a preacher to decipher what I've written down. No, it says read the word for yourself. Dwell in his word day and night on your own. Test everything to his word. Trust no man. They always seem to avoid those ones. Or if they even read scriptures. I would just walk away too, Anthony. I'd be like, yo. Yeah, so when I made my Shabbat Shalom post about getting baptized, even though it was canceled due to severe weather, it's going to be next weekend, or the weekend after. Next weekend, yeah. So this person I never even met or never know messages me and says, congratulations about your baptism. Are you a Bible-believing Christian? My answer was, you could say that, but I am a Bible-believing Nazarene who follows the way. And dude was all confused about that, so I explained it. And what's with the Jewish overtones? I was like, what do you mean Jewish overtones? It's biblical overtones, not Jewish. Well, Messiah was a Jew, da da da. No, he wasn't. He was a Hebrew Israelite. He wasn't Jewish. He actually was going against Judaism. Have you read the New Testament? No, you're twisting scripture. Da, da. Read Corinthians 2, blah, blah. I forget what it was. And before I could even answer, he was over here calling names, this and that, another thing. So I just blocked him, dude. Like, I didn't even have 2 seconds to answer after that. And he was just, it was message after message after message of him just name calling, this and that. And I was like, dude, I don't even know you. First of all, you're getting blocked, dude. Like, it was on Shabbat, too. Like, these wolves will come at you on Shabbat, like, trying to ruin your rest. And I'm just like, ugh. Oh, you're taking scriptures out of context. Oh, am I? That's why you're calling me names. Because I'm taking scriptures out of context and cherry picking. Even though I've shared many scriptures with him, even the one where Messiah says, "Do not think I have come to abolish the law. No, not one jot or tittle will dissipate from the law until heaven and earth is remade." Oh, that you took that out of context. Oh, did I? For Christians, love for Yah's people. They sure do get upset and mean after you discuss that you're not Jewish. I know, they do. Oh, you celebrate those Jewish feasts? You mean biblical feasts? The ones we're commanded to celebrate in scriptures? People are too caught up in churchianity to even try and learn or read scriptures for themselves. Exactly. Oh, got the Hebrew going, Kendall. People don't even know what the context is most of the time. Yeah, they don't. Israel. Yeah, they don't know the context, but then they'll claim you're taking it out of context.
Don't believe.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what that was saying.
Yep, don't believe.
I'm not
don't
fluent in Hebrew, but
don't believe people I don't know about Yahweh.
exactly.
They're telling you demon.
Exactly.
They're telling you full demon. So you could
Anyways.
become a demon.
Been going for hour 15 minutes almost. Nice. It's awesome just fellowshipping with you guys. I love it. We should fellowship more in person, Wendy. We're like in the same state. Anyway. Yeah, Paul called. He wants his context back. Exactly. I made a meme about that a while back. I think it's on my, because when I made a Paul video a while ago, just a real quick short one. It's called "I'm Not Against You, but the Demons That Hinder You." And it's talking about how those who throw out the writings of Paul are following a satanic doctrine because they're just tossing out inspired writings. I've gotten so much hate from people because, oh, how dare you say it's a satanic following? Well, what is it then? If you're tossing out inspired writings, isn't that what Satan does? I mean, I'm just going with what I see. I'm calling it out. Just because I call things out doesn't mean I'm hating. It means I'm calling it out. When we move to Colorado, we'll be closer to visit. Oh, awesome. You're moving to Colorado? Kendall lives in Cotterallo. Cotterallo. I can't talk. Yes, that'd be awesome. I'm actually going to visit Colorado here in a couple weeks, hopefully. Alright, awesome. Well, I need to go get something to drink and to eat, Mishpaha. I love chatting with you all and hanging out with you all.
And I hope you love this video.
Yes.
And why is everyone showing those strange emojis? The silly, the laughing tear one, and the smile one.
Yeah, those are the emojis.
That's like weird. And a laughing one?
Awesome. All right. Well, I wish we could all fellowship in person, honestly. It would be so amazing. And that's awesome. You're going to the Take on the World conference. Brother Anthony, awesome. Can't wait to see you live there. Wish I was going. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. Message me because I keep forgetting to message you, brother, so we can swap numbers and talk. All right. So, well, you all have a good evening. I hope you guys have a blessed
Bye.
week,
And I turned.
a blessed night, and stay tuned next week. And Wendy, we'll discuss it more, but stay tuned for that video.
Bye.
It's gonna be awesome, and I'm pretty excited
Bye.
about it. A lot of, it's gonna be important information. I'm not saying scriptures aren't important, but it's gonna be very important and pertaining to these times that we're living in now. And I'm excited about it. And I praise Yah, the Ruach has inspired Wendy. It's amazing. All right, awesome.
Bye,
Enough
everybody.
rambling. Have
Bye.
a good evening.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.
Have a good evening. We'll see you all later. Shalom, beloved.